Thank you for coming in to meet with me today. I hope I can help you take care of your financial future.
Before my husband passed away, he told me to be careful about financial scams and predators. You say that you can help me with my investments. What kind of credentials do you have?
I work for one of the largest brokerage firms in the world. We are a global brand.
I've heard of your company.
Of course you have. Everybody has.
Didn't I read that your company was involved in a terrible financial scandal that nearly destroyed the global economic system?
Our firm never admitted or denied those charges. The case was settled with the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Didn't your company pay a huge fine and agree to pay back a lot of money to customers who lost almost all of their investments?
I wouldn't worry too much about that. Our company makes so much money from our customer accounts that even a fine of hundreds of millions of dollars doesn't threaten our solvency. It doesn't even affect our bonus pools. By the way, as a taxpayer, I want to thank you for your share of rescuing our companies from financial ruin back in 2008.
I think I read about several other cases where the firm neither admitted nor denied guilt.
Technically speaking, that means nobody has proven that my company actually engaged in criminal behavior. We're pretty proud of the fact that none of our executives was ever brought to trial.
I've always wondered, why would a company voluntarily pay hundreds of millions of dollars to a securities regulator unless it was guilty in the first place?
I'm really not allowed to comment on that. I just know that whenever somebody accused me of doing something terrible, we were able to settle the arbitration case with a clause that says that if the offended party wants to get their money back, they agree not to talk about me to the press.
Why would you work for a company like that? Is this the only place where you could get a job?
With my high sales volume, I get offers all the time to work with other large global brokerage firms. But their reputations are even worse than ours.
Did I hear you say sales?
I think I meant to say advice. I give advice on which of our company's investment products you should buy, and I represent a lot of separate account managers that pay my company a generous piece of the action for shelf space.
Isn't that a conflict of interest?
We disclose all of our conflicts of interest in the same document where you sign away your right to sue us in court if we do something terrible to your portfolio. It's all there in black and white.
I talked with another advisor who works independently at his own firm. He said I should ask you if you will act as a fiduciary when you give me advice, and put my interests ahead of your own financial interests or your company's financial interests.
That is, of course I will. You can depend on it.
Could you put that in writing for me?
No. Of course not.
Why not?
Our company's lawyers wouldn't allow it.
What do your lawyers have to do with our investment advisory relationship?
They say I can't sign something that says I'll act only in your best interests.
Why not?
Look, do you want me to give you some great investment advice or not? Can't we just trust each other on this?
The other advisor gave me a signed document, saying he would act as a fiduciary, and give advice that is purely for my benefit.
I'll bet he doesn't participate in a multi-billion-dollar bonus pool, does he?
If I decide to work with you, how much of my retirement money will be contributed to your company's executive bonus pool?
It depends on what I sell. That is, what I advise you to invest in. Don't worry. It's all part of that document that you're going to sign, very clearly disclosed somewhere around page 68 in one of the footnotes.
Something about this conversation is giving me a bad feeling. Maybe we aren't a good fit.
Mother, why are you making this so difficult?
I just wish you could have turned out like your brother. He has an honest job washing dishes at the restaurant.
You always liked him better. Fine. Get out of my office before I call security.
Goodbye, son. Don't forget to dress warmly. And please stay out of trouble. It's embarrassing enough when my friends at the bridge club ask me what you do for a living.
Don't worry, Mom. We can afford the very best lawyers in the world.